UFC 311 just wrapped up. I lost my voice again. I don't know how it keeps happening, but this was a weird card. It felt like the night of upsets. I was thinking Moicano was going to win the fight at the end of the night. We had every undefeated fighter lose their O on this card, including Umar Nurmagomedov. We had some bangers pretty much on every single fight of the main card. Almeida somehow got a KO. MERAB and Umar were the only fighters on the main card that went to a decision, and it was probably the best fight, so you can't complain about that. Nurmagomedov finally took their first loss in professional MMA. Khabib's undefeated, Usman is undefeated, and Umar was. Now he's not. You've been MERAB'd. That's crazy. MERAB is the first person who has no technical skill, just cardio, and somehow he was the guy to beat Nurmagomedov. It's unbelievable. It was a great fight. One of the best bantamweight fights I've ever watched live. Probably the best bantamweight fight I've ever watched live. Yeah, unbelievable. Like, the night was a very strange night. We'll start by talking off about Kevin Holland. What is he doing? This dude needs to lock in, but it's past that point, you know? Like, what am I supposed to say? First round submission for Rainier de Ritter. What pisses me off is that whenever I go with my gut, it's wrong. Like, I went with my gut on Kevin Holland and Umar, and they both lost. I obviously should have picked RDR, and I wanted to pick MERAB so bad. Even the night of the predictions when we were with all of our friends, I was telling everybody I'm going to pick MERAB, and then I didn't because I don't want to look like an idiot. And what do you know? Anyways, Kevin Holland got submitted first round rear naked. RDR, yeah, he's decent, you know, but Kevin Holland also I don't think isn't very good anymore. So it's tough to judge how good that win really is. Let's move on. We got Jailton Almeida getting a round 1 KO finish over Sergey Spivak. I had a round 1 finish. I did not have it by KO. I had it by submission, but fair play. The dude looks like he's improving his striking, which is great to see. He's obviously very skilled for heavyweight, and I think he deserves to fight up in the rankings against, you know, a Volkov, a Cyril Gane, Sergey Pavlovich, whoever's available at the moment. So very solid win from Almeida. And he's 22-3 now. So, and I think all of his fights except the Derek Lewis fight are a first round finish, which is pretty crazy. Let's move on to Yuri Prohaska getting the win over Jamal Hill. Everyone was so happy. I mean, we were screaming. In the first round when Jamal Hill got knocked down, hype. Second round, Yuri Prohaska was losing it a little bit, getting the body shots, and yeah, it was not looking good. And then the third round when he got the KO, came back, looked good. Head movement was there for most of the fight. The hands still weren't up very much, but what more can you ask from Yuri Prohaska? He clutched. He literally just clutched the third round. It was such a Yuri Prohaska style fight. Again, I don't know why I picked against him. Of course he was going to win against Jamal Hill. This card just reminds me how dumb I am. Honestly, like, it reminds me that I know nothing about MMA. And we'll get on to Peyton Talbot losing, because that is... all of our videos are going to age badly about Peyton Talbot. I literally want to die. All right, let's move on to MERAB Dvalishvili versus Umar Nurmagomedov. Like I said, one of the best fights I've ever seen live. It wasn't the most like high level striking, surprisingly. Umar is obviously a talented striker and a talented fighter, but MERAB kind of brought the dog out of him. You know, he was swinging wild hooks the entire time. MERAB was spamming that overhand, which kept on landing. I was like, Umar, why are you walking into the overhand over and over again? And he would use that to set up the takedown, which eventually worked. Dude, MERAB is a cheat code. MERAB is cheating. How does he keep doing this? How does he keep winning? He literally is the bantamweight GOAT now, and you have to accept that. I mean, it's unbelievable. And Umar is the only guy that has a chance at beating him. Dude, O'Malley is not going to beat him. Who else is there? Jan is not going to beat him. Sandhagen is not going to beat him. Like, what are we doing? Merab is literally unbeatable right now. I think 2 more years and Umar probably beats him, even maybe 1 more year in a rematch. Like, it was 2-2 going into the final round, and Umar had a decent final round. Like, it was a very close fight, but Merab just had a different level. He has a different, he's either on a lot of drugs or he has a different level of work ethic and natural cardio ability. Because I don't think there's ever been a UFC fighter that has that level of cardio. I truly believe he could, unironically, he could probably fight at 8 rounds for that pace. And that was one of the highest paces I've ever seen in a fight, other than like, a striking, Dustin versus, or Charles versus Michael Chandler. That might be the only fight that outpaces Merab and Umar. But honestly, I was not expecting that. An absolute banger. I believe it got fight of the night, and then Yuri Prochazka and Jailton maybe got performance of the night. So very well deserved there. Just looking at the stats here, Merab also landed more strikes in total than Umar, and more significant strikes and more takedowns. So he clearly won. I do want to talk about one thing though. I don't know if any of you are on Twitter and you see Guru just raging, or is it right? No, he's happy, I guess. He's happy that Umar lost, but he's just going on and on about how bad the Dagestanis are, how bad that performance was. Like, the dude took it to Merab and was outclassing him in the first 2 rounds. That was not a bad performance. Yes, he did break his hand. I don't use that as an excuse, because I think a broken hand is it's very much something that you can power through. Like, it's just pain. You can push through that with adrenaline. So I don't think that made a huge difference. It was obviously very uncomfortable and made it difficult, but I don't think that was a deciding factor in this fight. The deciding factor was Merab's cardio. But I don't think, if you're Guru, you can't go out and call this guy a fraud or he didn't deserve the title shot. He did better against Merab than anyone ever has, other than early on in his career when he got beaten. But Umar is a great fighter. He's still young. He will become a champion, like, without a doubt. Merab is 34. He's probably got 2 more years max of a title reign. Who knows though? Merab could be a superhuman athlete, and I have the feeling he will be, like, fighting till he's like 45 and still winning, which is gonna piss me off. But shout out Merab, because he really went out there and did it. Moving on to the main event. I mean, what were we expecting? Can we talk about how Moicano looked like he knocked him down and the entire house erupted? That's probably when I lost my friggin' voice, dude, because we were screaming. We thought Moicano was about to go out there and do it. But Islam locked up that Darce choke so fast in the first round. Same thing he did to Poirier. Same thing he did. Was it the same thing he did to Charles? Same thing he did to Demetrius Johnson in training. The dude has that shit on lock. Like, do not test him. He will submit you instantly. It's crazy how fast he is with it. First round is obviously easier for submissions because they don't have any sweat on them. They're dry. They have energy. So, yeah, you just squeeze that and it's over. I would have liked to see it go the second round, see what happens, but I think it was going to be Makhachev by whatever he wanted. I said first round KO. I think I said first round KO. And he wasn't able to get the upper hand on the feet early, so he was like, screw it, I'll just do what I'm good at, take him down. And it worked out pretty well for him. Let's move on to the prelims. Peyton Talbot got the biggest fraud check, I think, in a long time. Again, do not go back and watch any Dodson Corner videos talking about Peyton Talbot, because we were high on this guy, and everyone was. He was a minus 1,200 favor against Raoni Barcelos, the same guy that Umar beat to get into the rankings, to get Corey Sandhagen his title shot, or to get Umar his Corey Sandhagen fight. And I guess we understand levels now. It's pretty wild. Peyton Talbot forgot how to defend a takedown. Peyton Talbot forgot how to get up to his feet. Peyton Talbot forgot how to block. Peyton Talbot forgot how to use head movement. Literally what happened in this fight? Peyton Talbot looked like a different fighter than he has, or is Raoni Barcelos just that much more experienced? And is Peyton Talbot actually, not that good? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where Peyton Talbot goes from here. I don't know any matchups for him that would be good because they're probably still going to let him fight. Like, he could fight up if he wanted to, but what's the point if he's just going to lose? He needs more experience at this point. He's 26. He's 26 already, so it's not like he has all the time in the world. You know, you got 2 more years to make it to the rankings. It's definitely possible. Like, I think he's still going to be a good fighter, but I think it also goes to show we need to respect Sean O'Malley. People are calling this guy the next Sean O'Malley with better ground game. Sean O'Malley deserves respect, dude, for making it to the top. He became a champion with a defense. And Peyton Talbot got fraud checked by Raoni Barcelos. All right, get out of here, dude. Crazy. If you would have bet on Raoni Barcelos, you'd be rich. Zachary Reese getting a TKO, getting TKO'd by Asmat Bakoyev. Fun fight. Didn't expect this. Shout out Bakoyev on short notice. Never bet against someone with a V in the end of their name. Bogdan Guskov got the second round submission. Sorry, it was a good fight. It was not. It was a low level fight. What am I talking about? Billy Elikana took him down in the first round, controlled him, gassed out completely. The dude's a 185er. He only weighed in at 200 pounds on the scales. He was half the size of Bogdan Guskov, and Guskov still lost the first round. And then, yeah, it was a weird situation. Billy Elikana kind of gave up in the second round after getting hit with body shots. He was like, just let me out of here. And it was a submission. Someone tell me why I bet on Diego Ferreira. I am an idiot, dude. Like, of course Grant Dawson is just going to wrestle and control him and win a boring decision. Like, what am I doing with my life betting on Diego Ferreira to beat Grant Dawson? I seriously need help. Like, I actually need help. So I don't want to talk about this. Let's move on to the early prelims. We had Carol Hosa and Eileen Perez. I got this one right. Eileen Perez. She has plot armor. That's the only reason she won. Muin Gufurov fraud checked Rinya Nakamura. Nakamura forgot what he was good at. Dude thought he was a striker. You're not. You need to wrestle to win. Okay, keep that in mind for your next fight. I mean, this was just a weird fight. Like, he was pretty good, but it was also just Muin Gufurov outclassing Rinya Nakamura on the feet, and then Nakamura not take him down because Gafurov stuffed one takedown. Bernardo Sopai getting the close win over Ricky Tercios. I thought Sopai didn't look that good. Dude gasses out in 2 rounds in a bantamweight fight. Are you kidding me? And Ricky Tercios looks like a California homeless dude. Yeah. Tajir Ulanbekov getting the decision win over Clayton Carpenter. Dude, Clayton Carpenter looked good in this fight. I thought he won 1 round. It was 29-28 for Ulanbekov. I think he's a future ranked fighter for sure. I think, like, for sure, Clayton Carpenter looked really good in that fight. Decent striking. He's a bit small, but Ulanbekov is freaking huge, so can't take it away from him. Overall thoughts, I thought it was a good card. The main event was absolutely a banger, except for the main. Dude, if Arman was on this card, imagine how good it would have been. Would have been unbelievable. But I think it was overall still a good card, especially it got carried by the main card for sure. Almost all finishes, and then one of the best bantamweight fights we've ever seen. So you really can't complain. The crowd was awful, dude. LA, I don't know if there was just not that many people there because of the fires, but it looked pretty empty, and the crowd was genuinely terrible. So that was unfortunate. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought of UFC 311. Did you get these picks right? Because this was a pretty hard card to pick on, and because of the upsets. That's really it. It was because of the upsets. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.